Welcome back to Global Bike Buzz, your go-to destination for honest, in-depth, and passion-fueled motorcycle reviews from around the world. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about new releases of the year, the 2025 Royal Enfield Bear 650. This isn't just a new Model A, it's a bold new direction for Royal Enfield, a company that's been around for over a century, yet still finds ways to surprise us. And believe me, the Bear 650 is full of surprises. When Royal Enfield teased the Bear 650, enthusiasts immediately picked up on the cues. Retro vibes blended with adventure-ready aggression. In person, the Bear looks like it's ready to tackle just about anything you throw at it, be it city streets, weekend highways, or remote dusty trails that haven't seen traffic in years. And the styling? Oh, it's pure Enfield DNA, but with a modern pulse running through every bolt and bracket. Let's take a slow walk around the bike. Starting from the front, you're greeted by that distinctly circular LED headlamp, a blend of classic form and contemporary function. It's housed in a brushed metal casing that instantly feels premium. The front forks are 43mm USDs, blacked out and purposeful, with wide shoulders that give the bike a beefy front profile. Royal Enfield clearly designed this bike to stand tall and proud, and the result is a front end that demands attention without screaming for it. The front wheel is a 19-inch spoke trim wrapped in dual-purpose rubber, perfect for light trail rides but confident enough for spirited cornering on tarmac. The mudguard sits close, with that slight retro uplift that fans of the Interceptor and Classic 350 will recognize, but it's chunkier and definitely more adverb-inspired. Glide your eyes along the side and the character really starts to show. The fuel tank, at just under 17 liters, is muscular and slightly squared out, finished in beautifully matte or glossy color options depending on your variant. There are minimal graphics here, just tasteful badging and some subtle lines that hug the tank's curves. The seat is a one-piece unit, slightly stepped, and nicely padded. It's more adventure tourer than cafe racer here, upright, wide, and comfortable for long hauls. Underneath, you'll find a powder-coated frame that's been strengthened for better load bearing and off-road rigidity. Royal Enfield has done its homework. From the bash plate underneath to the ergonomic foot peg positioning, everything on the Bear says, go further. Now moving to the rear, and here's where things get interesting. The tail section is short and stubby, true to that rugged scrambler aesthetic. The LED taillight is neatly integrated, and the rear fender, though slightly extended to manage off-road muck, can be removed or swapped easily for those who like to mod their rides. There's a generous grab rail with mounting points for panniers or tail bags, a subtle hint that the Bear 650 is just as happy loaded up for a weekend trip as it is tearing through city traffic. The twin upswept exhausts are a real highlight. They're slim, high-mounted, and emit a grunty, throaty note that's both satisfying and surprisingly refined. Whether you're at idle or cracking the throttle open, the exhaust tone brings a smile every time. Now, let's talk about the real heart of the matter, the engine. At its core, the Bear 650 carries the same parallel twin 648cc engine we've seen on the Interceptor and Continental GT, but don't make the mistake of thinking it's just a transplant job. Royal Enfield has retuned the engine slightly to deliver smoother low-end torque and a more linear power curve, making it more suitable for mixed-use riding, from trail to tarmac. It produces around 47 horsepower and 52 Nm of torque, which may not sound like a beast on paper, but in the real world, it's more than enough. The throttle response is crisp, gear shifts via the 6-speed transmission are smooth, and the slipper clutch ensures a stress-free experience, especially when downshifting aggressively. One of the biggest wins for the Bear 650 is how accessible it feels. The power delivery is not intimidating, it's progressive, confidence-inspiring, and allows riders of various experience levels to feel connected to the bike. And despite its adventure-ready form, the Bear doesn't feel top-heavy or sluggish. Thanks to smart weight distribution and a well-balanced chassis, you can flick it through corners, stand up on the pegs over gravel, or cruise at 110 km/h on the highway with complete composure. The ride quality is top-notch, a 150mm travel at the front and 130mm at the rear, soaking up potholes, rocks, and road imperfections without breaking a sweat. let's talk about performance in the real world. During our test rides, the Bear 650 shown in multiple scenarios. On the highway, it stayed planted and stable even at higher speeds, with the engine humming steadily at around 4,000 RPM in 6th gear. No noticeable vibrations, and you can easily tour for hours without fatigue. In city traffic, the bike's upright position and good visibility make it maneuverable, and the low-end grunt ensures you are not constantly shifting gears. Off-road, the Bear 650 is surprisingly capable. No, it's not a hardcore enduro, but light trails, dirt paths, and gravel roads are no challenge at all. The dual-purpose tires grip well, the suspension doesn't bottom out easily, and the ground clearance is generous at 210 mm. ABS is dual-channel, switchable at the rear, a welcome feature for trail riding where a locked rear can actually be helpful. Instrumentation on the Bear is a semi-digital setup. A large circular analog speedometer sits beside a smaller digital display for your gear indicator, fuel level, trip meters, and basic ride data. It's clear, easy to read, and not overly cluttered. No flashy TFT here, and honestly, that's not a bad thing. It keeps the focus on the ride, not the gadgets. But for tech lovers, Royal Enfield offers Bluetooth connectivity through its Tripper navigation system as an optional extra. Charging ports come standard, and the switchgear feels solid intact. No cheap feeling plastic here. Coming to one of the biggest factors, pricing. Royal Enfield has managed to keep the Bear 650 surprisingly affordable considering the segment. In India, it's priced around a superscript 13.89 lakh ex showroom, and in international markets like the UK, the US, and Australia, it's expected to sit competitively against bikes like the Triumph Scrambler 400X, Husqvarna Svartplane 401, and even the Yamaha XSR 700. Given the performance, versatility, and the fact that it's a 650cc twin-cylinder motorcycle, it offers exceptional value. Add to that Royal Enfield's ever-expanding service network and now globally recognized reliability, and you've got a bike that's not only desirable but also practical. As we wrap up our deep dive into the 2025 Royal Enfield Bear 650, here's the final word. This is not just a motorcycle, it's a statement that Royal Enfield is not content resting on nostalgia. The Bear 650 blends the soul of classic motorcycling with the needs of today's riders: rugged versatility, approachable performance, and undeniable charm. It's a machine that invites you to ride whether it's across town or across the country, and most importantly, it's a bike that keeps the spirit of motorcycling raw, real, and incredibly enjoyable. If you're looking for a mid-weight motorcycle that can do a bit of everything with style, comfort, and character, the Bear 650 should absolutely be on your short list. Thanks for joining us here on Global Bike Buzz. If you found this review helpful, give us a thumbs up, subscribe for more in-depth reviews from around the globe, and let us know in the comments, would you take the Bear 650?